Hi ladies, my name is Lola and welcome to my channel, West 2 Wigs. Today we'll be working on how to create a 360 lace frontal wig from scratch. As you can see, I'm currently securing the lace frontal to the wig head. The reason why we're doing this is we are preparing to take out the band that comes in the back of the 360 lace frontal. We do this for a couple of reasons. First of all, we take out the band that comes with the wig simply to make sure that when we bleach the knots, the hair behind that um, band bleaches as well. Secondly, it allows for cleaner work. And thirdly, I typically include my own band when I create my own wigs. So it eventually has no function that it provides to my customers. I do this using a sim ripper. That's how I take out the little band in the back. I have to say, be careful though. I am very heavy handed. So you want to make sure that when you're taking out this band, you do it gently. You take your time and never be in a hurry. Otherwise, you're going to end up putting holes in your lace frontal or your customer's lace frontal.
Queen bee, want no smoke with me. Been turn this motherfucker up 800 degree. My whole team eat chefs cause she's a treat. Ooh, she's so bougie, bon appetit. I'm a savage, attitude nasty. Talk big shit, but my bank account match it. Hood, but I'm.
As I said earlier, make sure you take your time when you're taking this band out of this lace frontal. Technically, this whole process probably took me about, I'd say, 40 minutes, if not more, because I literally took my time. As you can see, I already took out the band, nice and clean, no holes. The next step is for us to go ahead and bleach the knots on this frontal.
Rich, but I'm ratchet. Haters kept my name in their mouth, now they gagging. Bougie. He say the way that thing move, it's a movie. I told that boy we gotta keep it lowly, me the room key. I done bled the block and now it's hot, bitch, I'm Tunchi.
So, take a look at this 360 frontal. It's nice and full. I like the way it's full in the back as well. However, we have to work on creating a more natural hairline as wig makers, okay? We can't afford to give this to our clients just like this. So the first thing you want to do is definitely bleach the nuts as mentioned earlier. Once you bleach the nuts, it makes it easier for you to pluck through. In order to bleach my 360 frontal, I use 2 scoops of bleach. I use bleach B2W powder and a 40 volume developer for my knot bleaching. I apply the mixture and then wrap it up in foil. I let it sit for about an hour and then I wash and rinse off, shampoo and condition, and this is the final product after plucking the frontal. Did I say final products? Y'all, I lied. The work is just beginning. Brace yourself. So now what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to measure the cap, the 360 frontal. I need to place it on the wig head to ensure that, first of all, it's going to fit my client's measurement. In order for me to do that, I need to neatly pin down the lace of the 360 frontal, fold it down nicely, so that way I can sew my cap on the wig head. But the first thing you want to do is ensure that the measurements are accurate. So you see me pull out my tape measure. This will be your best friend, y'all, to make a 360 frontal. There we go. My client's head is 13 inches from front to back. She's a 21 and a half circumference. The wig head I'm using is 21 and a half. So I know the front area is good. I just need to constantly make sure as I make my adjustments that I measure from front to back. And you would see me do that several times in this video. So right now I'm braiding up the hair, trying to make sure I make it clean, make me a nice pretty little halo to get the hair out of my way. And in case you're wondering, I am wearing kinky straight bundles in this for this video. I simply curl wanded the hair. The wig was actually about 5 years old. I just revamped the wig, took it off the cap, and created a new machine-made wig cap. Anyway, as you can see, my halo is made, and I'm remeasuring the wig head again, the left frontal, just to make sure nothing shifted. This is critical. Very critical, because you want to make sure that by the time you're done, the wig fits your client's head. So now I am smoothing out the back area of the net, the excess nets, to prepare myself to sew the cap on the lace frontal wig, because remember that center area needs fabric on the inside. So now I'm simply going to smoothen out that entire area so that when I sew my cap in there, my cap sits right. It doesn't have excess fabric making it bump up, making it too bumpy for my client. You see me readjusting over there. And once I'm done again, I will remeasure just to make sure nothing shifted. This is critical. I'm telling y'all. I done heard some stories, y'all. Don't get me started. Make sure you remeasure.
And I'm moody. I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Sassy, moody, nasty. Acting stupid. What's happening? What's happening? Bitch, I'm a savage. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Sassy, moody, nasty. Hacking, stupid. What's happening? Bitch, what's happening? Hips tick tock when I dance. On that demon time, she might start her OnlyFans. Big B and that B stand for bands. If you wanna see some real ass, baby, here's your chance. I say left cheek, right cheek, drop it low and swing. Texas up in this thing, put you up on this game.
All right, here we go. That's our 360 cap. This is a professional cap. You can use this, or you can use the regular wig cap that they sell in the beauty supply store. I like to use a professional cap. If you need this cap, definitely go on our website or DM us, and we will take care of you. We'll hook you up. We hook sisters up over here. And then I start to hand stitch the cap to the 360 lace frontal. This allows me to be able to run my machine over much easier. You can basically pin this down if you know, like most seamstress do. If that's how you want to work, then definitely go for it. I just feel for beginners, this is the best way. Or even for experts, it's just better for you to take the time to sew it down. That way, you're not messing up your measurements while you run your machine over, and it prevents you from reworking. If you do decide to use the regular wig cap from the beauty supply store, all you have to do is ensure that you wear the cap on the wig head, then you place the 360 lace frontal on top of it. That way it sits on the inside, and then you sew the lace down onto the cap. And then when you're done, then you cut the excess wig cap, just like you would do in your regular wig when you make a wig frontal, a lace frontal wig, or a closure wig. You go in and you cut off the excess fabric on the inside of the wig. It's really that simple.
I be parking my frame. Gang, 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 gang. If you don't jump to put jeans on, baby, you don't feel my pain. Please don't give me hype. Write my name in ice. Can't argue with these lazy bitches.
As you continue to sew around your entire cap, ensure that as you progress, you take out the pins underneath the wig cap you're sewing down. If you look closely at the 360, you would see right there by my hands that there are pins on the inside. You want to go in and take those out as you continue to sew around your cap. You continue to take out all your pins. Don't forget to take those out.
I'm a boss, I'm a leader. I pull up in my two-seater, and my mama was a savage. Nigga got this shit from Tina. I'm a savage. Yeah. Classy, bougie, ratchet. Yeah. Sassy, moody, nasty. Yeah. Acting stupid. What's happening? Bitch, what's happening? Bitch, I'm a savage.
And we are done sewing down our cap. As you can see, there's a little bit of excess lace on the inside of the cap to the right-hand side over there. I'm going to cut that out. And, of course, you remeasure just to make sure that everything is in place. I'm telling y'all, don't get sued. So right now, what I'm about to do is cut off the excess lace on the inside of the cap. I give it at least an inch away from the point of sewing. That way, when I sew in my lace on the inside to make it fancy and pretty, I have something to sew it down on. Like an anchor. So at this point, I'm going to go ahead and make my lines on my wig cap. You don't have to, but I do because it makes it easier for me to manage my wefts. It lets me know how much space I have. I use it as a guideline. So for beginners, this is critical. Even for experts, I still make my lines on my cap. And there you have it. We're getting ready to go ahead and put it on our machine. So now I'm sewing down, or I'm securing the cap to the lace with my machine. That way my customer's wig does not come loose. I make sure all my wigs are machine sewn. I do not sew by hand, y'all. Nobody does that in this day and age. As a matter of fact, expect to see more videos uploaded on using an industrial machine used for making wigs rather than this regular sewing machine. So stay tuned for that. Make sure you follow, subscribe, comment. That way, when we have new videos come up, you will get notification.
Classy, bougie, ratchet. Sassy, moody, nasty. Hacking, stupid.
As you sew, make sure you check your work to make sure everything's neat. No hair cut up in the treads. Nicely done, clean work. This speaks a lot about your product. Make sure you check your stitches. If it's something wrong with it, fix it. Check it everywhere. Check every single inch of your wig. Now, I forgot to record how I sew on my lace on my caps, but essentially what I did was I put a lace on the inside of my wig cap to make it look neat and professional. And I basically ran my machine over and then trimmed the excess lace so that way it looks more like a professional wig. So now I double stitch my wefts, y'all, and then I start to sew it onto my cap using the guidelines that I created earlier.
What's happening? What's happening? Like Beyonce, like me. He want a bitch like the stallion with the knees. He be like, damn, how that thing moving in the jeans. Even D4L couldn't do it like me, like me. Ooh, I done got this body ready just for you. Girl, I hope you don't catch me messing around with you. Talking to myself in the mirror like, bitch, you my boo. I'm the shit.
Once you reach the end of the line, make sure you double stitch your track right there and cut off the excess track left and the treading. Okay, so the wig is completed, and let me show you the inside of the wig. So This is a 360 lace all around. And of course, we put the lace around to make it look nice and clean on the inside. And then of course, the stitches on the machine. I double stitch my sewing at the end so that way the tracks don't come loose, just in case you're wondering what that is. And of course, I put my tag with 2 wigs. Yeah, ignore my wig. There we go. And of course, we're going to style the wig. This was a 20-inch wig, and we're only able to fit in 2.5 bundles in here, along with the 360 frontal. That's a lot of hair. We'll be styling this. This is the beauty of a 360 wig. Now, what makes ours different is it is extremely full. You can always pull your hair up if you want and make a nice little bun. However, you can also let it down and not be afraid of having hair that's not full. Because technically, if you think about it, we had 2.5 bundles to this frontal, which means you essentially have about 3.5 bundles in your head. So it's really nice and full. Very different from what you will get on AliExpress.
Money in a room, think some scammers in here. I'm coming straight up out that third. Whip the whip like I stirred it. Wood grain, we swerving, keeping his mind all on these curves. Coop fly like a bird, cold on him like birds. Always keep my word, no I don't do crosswords. Sell you in and riding like them hot girls, them hits. I hop that shit the way I hop.
Okay, ladies, let's talk about this nutless 360 frontal. Show me. Y'all, don't play me. Yes. If you want a video on how to properly bleach your nuts, hit me up. Put your notes down below, and I'll hook you up. Yes. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and follow or subscribe. If there's any other video you want to see, write it down below in the comments and rest assured that I will be making the video. In the meantime, check out my website for your bundles or for your wig services. It's been my absolute pleasure making this video. Take care and have a wonderful hair day.